Hey everybody, I'm Scotty Rocker, and I'm joined once again by my friend and co-host,
Josh McKenzie.
Hey, we're back. Podcast number 3.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
Oh, it's great.
And
I mean, I gotta say, man, I'm having a great time.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that we got to do this and spend a few hours, in the weekends, just kind of having fun, talking.
Yeah.
It's great.
And it's cool. You made a really neat intro.
Yeah.
What would you call that?
Like a little title card.
Card?
Yeah, a little,
Mac and Rocker podcast. It was really, that was cool. So I put that on there on the second one. And
saw that. That was awesome. Yeah.
Cool.
It worked out pretty good. I mean, I didn't know how it was really going to
come
out. Yeah. Especially, just kind of messing around on the iPad, drawing around.
Yeah. Now, for this show, and I know I told you, for this podcast, I'll have us a nice thumbnail.
Yeah.
So because I downloaded Canva, and I made an awesome thumbnail for my Boom Beach video I'm getting ready to release, and I'm going to do one good for us. So
yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah,
no,
it's going to be cool.
The fun part about it is each week we're doing more and more, and we're just making it better and better.
Better and better.
Think what it's going to be.
Yeah.
A few months down the
road. A few
road.
months from now. Man, it's going to be cool.
Yeah.
Especially when you start talking about football and the kids playing football and you coaching.
Yeah. Oh man, I'll ramble for days on that. So we'll have to make sure you're just like, hey, all right.
Yeah, sure. Well, that's what it's about now.
Yeah.
And so we had a subject picked last week, and this week we're going off the cuff. And I'm going to ask you, since we've been talking about being role models and coaches and the youth in our community. So who are there teachers or coaches, Josh, that stood out to you and meant a lot to you that you still go by their teachings and trainings today?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a big part of it. Excuse me. I had a few teachers in high school helped me get through a lot of stuff. Just multitudes of different people kind of giving me advice and helping out. Coaches, had a middle school football coach. He, man, like he was tough. He was a tough guy.
Yeah. But
it made it more meaningful when he would, hey, great job.
So when the praise came, you knew it was real.
Yeah, it was real because he would definitely tell you anything that you were doing wrong.
Sure.
But he made you want to work hard too. It wasn't just like discouraging.
That's important.
Yeah. So I think, there's different types of role models. I grew up kind of, old school. It was more so my grandparents than my mom and dad. So yeah, to me, it's not, I can take criticism. I can take, a hard time and turn it into a positive.
Yeah.
So
constructive criticism.
Yeah.
Not something that's easy to deal with when we're younger, but I find myself when I'm older, I'm like, okay, either I can care and understand and work on it or not give a crap.
Yeah.
And that being a 48-year-old fat dad, sometimes I don't give a crap. It's like,
Yeah. I mean, you really have two ways to take it. You can be like, I can improve, or I can be like,
I'm at the point now, my daughter will say something funny like, oh, Dad, you're wearing that, or that's how you're going to do your hair. You're wearing that hat. And I'm like, I'm a 48-year-old fat dad. I don't give a crap.
Yeah. I think that's one thing that motivated me. Like as a younger guy, it was all, I've got to have the right shoes. My socks have to be the right way. My clothes and shirts and everything you got to look good. And I'm not saying that I don't want to look good now. But I guess my thing is my wife loves me.
And you're cool with that.
That's the only person I have to impress.
Amen to that.
I'm fine with that.
See, that is the truth. That's part of just the cycle of life, I suppose.
Yeah.
Now, before we get off subject, which we did, but before we go too far, this coach, if you want to give him a shout out, go ahead.
It was Mr. Willinga. Yeah. At middle school.
Was that Warsaw?
Yeah, Warsaw. Okay. That's. I mean, I can remember him clear as day. he was a great guy. I mean, again, he was a tough guy. He was tough. A lot of people were afraid of his class, you know, because if you were an idiot, he was going to call you an idiot.
Sure.
But
the good old days.
Yeah, it wasn't one of those where he didn't mean it, you know, out of hate. It was like, you're using a bandsaw and your fingers are within like a half an inch with no guard.
Hey,
you know, but you know, in football and stuff, he would just, you know, hey, you missed a block. What are you doing? You know, you need to get out there and you need to do your thing. And, yeah, I mean, he would stay on you. But again, when he came up and gave you praise, it meant a lot because he meant it. He wasn't just pulling your leg and, you know, kind of massaging around the truth. It was like
old school coaching.
Yeah. Good guy. I mean, appreciate him to this day. I mean, so yeah, Mr. Relinga, if you're listening, I appreciate everything that you taught me in that time of football. Thank you.
That's great. Do you find yourself like his training and methods? Does that come through in your coaching?
Sometimes.
But again, it sneaks in though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. It really does, because you know you want to be honest and you know, legitimate. You don't want to just be like, oh, hey, great job, and you know what you really want to say is you screwed up. You know, you don't want to be too blunt, but you also want to make sure that you're clear on what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
And,
sure.
And that's the one thing he kind of taught me. It's like, treat them like men. You know, they're young. You know, they're kids. They're young. They're young adults. But you know, you're coaching future men.
Future men.
And
in respect earned is respect given.
Yeah.
And that being said, you got to be, you know, treat them like men. Yeah. Coach them. That's pretty impressive. You know, that's cool. And do you ever find yourself like if you do a certain, you know, if you're talking to a young person on the team and whatnot, do you think, oh, that's what, you know, coach would, you know, that's definitely something coach would have done. Yeah. Does that ever happen?
Yeah. There's times where I'm just like, run laps. Go down and touch the goalpost, and when they come back and they're tired, hit it again. Go ahead and hit that goalpost again. Like,
I'm telling you, conditioning's where it's at, and they don't understand it.
Yeah.
Very, very rare do the young kids understand conditioning. Yeah. My daughter, oh, Dad, we got suicides or whatever. We used to call them line laps, you know.
Yeah.
And I said, honey, that's what will give you the advantage over your opponents is when you're in just tip-top shape, you know, and you can outrun them, you can outbreathe them when you're running. I said that's a big part of being, you know, a little bit better than the team you're playing because you're all pretty much equal, right? You know, but if you can outrun or outgun or outlast, you know, cardiovascular ways or respiratory, you got an advantage.
It's, you know, I watched. I mean, speaking of motivation and kind of like mentors and stuff, I did not like this guy for the longest time. Tom Brady.
Yeah.
You know,
well, because he's kicking your team's butt.
Every single time, you know, every time.
And now I love the guy.
Yeah. He was introduced the Ring of Honor or I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm sorry. In Foxborough for the Patriots, and he gave a speech, and man, like he crushed it. You know, he's talking about everybody should play football because it's hard. Yeah, and he, you know, talking about the determination, and it's hard to get up and do training and everything when everybody else is still asleep, and you know, wearing pads in 90-degree heat while everybody's in the air conditioning, and you know, he was really kind of like, I don't know, for some kids, it may not selling football because
of that.
Because it is hard. But for others, you know, dedication and determination and heart,
find it like, right there.
It gets you, it teaches you so many things, not only in football, but in life.
In life, thank you. Because when I listen to those guys talk like that, man, I just got goosebumps. Because I get fired up. That's why I'm up at 3:30 in the morning every day.
Yeah.
In whether, you know, and I come down here to the studio and I'm shooting videos or I'm working on this or I'm researching that, And or I'm playing. You know, I'll be over there if I have a big show. I'll be practicing. You know, so yeah, that even though he's, you know, that is a life type speech for sure.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I made sure to show it to at least one of my kids who was awake. The other two were sleeping.
Yeah.
So, but it's. I mean, it's huge, and especially young athletes and young people in general. They don't really understand that in the time, because they're like, I have plenty of time. I'm young. I can do anything and everything. And I think that's where, you know, mentorship in the home, outside the home, teachers, you know, town officials, everybody can really kind of help, you know, build these kids up and get them prepared, because life's not easy. The world's not a kind and gentle place. So you have to have that determination. You have to take opportunities. You have to sometimes see the bright in the darkness when others don't. You have to really push through it. And that, again, I think the mentors, like they help.
Yep.
You know, positivity. We need more positivity anyway.
Yep. Oh boy, do we.
So
do we.
Yeah, I mean, you turn on TV and the news is, oh, this bad thing happened. That's a bummer. That's a bummer.
Yep. That is the truth, and it's sad.
Yeah.
And that's why I get on YouTube. I watch, you know, who I like, and you know, I kind of avoid the news.
Yeah.
You know, but it's hard to do. You know.
Yeah.
We need more positive news and more good news.
We need more smiles.
More smiles.
More smiles.
More peace.
Yeah.
And more kind of, I like the Joe Rogan podcast, and he gets his friend on there, Duncan Trussell, who's a riot.
I like Duncan. Yeah.
And Duncan said, I think last year he was on, and he said they were just talking about something, and he said, Duncan says, you can always be more kind.
Yeah.
And man, sometimes if I get, you know, somebody pulls out in front of you, or I'm getting ready to not have road rage, but I'm going to mumble under my breath, you beep and beep, beep.
Yeah.
I'll remember, you can always be more kind, and I'm just like, it's all good.
Yeah.
No harm, no foul, I suppose.
I find myself really going down that road, but then it's like, maybe there's someplace they had to be. Maybe they got a phone call, you know, kid's sick, something happened, and they're just trying to get there. I try to think that way. I mean, sometimes it does slip out where it's like, why?
Why did you do that?
There's nobody behind me. You could have waited.
Yeah, and that's true, too. Very true. So, and you know what? And that being said, here lately, it's funny you brought that up, because I try to come to complete stops. And then, because you can assess the situation, is there a car coming, and how fast? Do I need to pull out in front of this guy, or should I just wait?
Yeah.
And that has helped me out a lot.
Yeah.
And, because chances are, because you just said you're thinking, okay, he or she might have a place to be, some emergency, something, anything. Chances are they're just a crappy driver, as most of us have become, because we drive so much, you know,
Yeah.
But we can always be more kind, right? You know.
It doesn't cost anything.
Yeah. I mean, I'm guilty of going on a rant. My poor daughter, she'll tell you, Dad, geez, and of course, when she's not with me, then I'm like, you can always be more kind. That's cool. When she's with me, beep, 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 beep.
I know.
I'm glad she's there to be like, Dad, calm down. It's not a very good role model.
Yeah, that's one thing that watching any kind of sport anymore with the kids, I'm just like looking, I'm like, do I want them acting this way? And then I see how they play video games and stuff, and I'm like, oh, man.
Yeah, I suppose.
They're crazy.
Yeah. I believe that, yeah. I've seen Scarlett get pretty heated when she's playing Fortnite. And it cracks me up, because everybody's a bot, or everybody's, what they call that, hacker.
Hacker. Cheating.
He hacker.
Yeah.
He cheated.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, they didn't cheat. You got beat.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, if everybody's hacking and everybody's cheating, then I'm not spending enough money, or my setup's not good.
Yeah. And you know, it's just her getting beat.
Yeah.
Although I must say, there's a couple times I played where I was like, boy, that was out of the ordinary.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and
I find myself doing it every once in a while. I'm like, that's
maybe
weird.
That was a hacker.
Yeah. Then I'll go back and watch the video and I go, nope, I'm just bad.
Yeah.
I'm bad.
I watch Ninja or somebody go at it.
Did you ever see the one where the guy that's, they call him Peter Griffin? He looks similar to Peter. He does like a backflip off a motorcycle, and then he one-shots ninja, and he's just like, I'm done.
Yeah.
to me,
mission accomplished.
Yeah, that was...
My brother-in-law, who I play with quite a bit, he was in a lobby with, I think it was Ninja, and I said, well, how'd you do it? He goes, I got destroyed in about 3 seconds.
Yeah.
So I said, seriously? He goes, yeah. I was like, holy cow. And my brother-in-law is pretty darn good, so I laughed about that.
That's I mean, my oldest son, Bennett, he's good.
Yeah.
He's good. And he's got a nice little setup going on his
So he's
PC.
a gamer.
Yeah. He it's funny hearing him get mad because, he's so good that when it's like, dude,
somebody had to be really good.
Yeah, like,
or really lucky, probably.
Yeah, or hacking, always. But it's
hacker.
Like, yeah, you look at me and I'm over here like just happy to be there. Just walking around,
I made it 5 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, I'm in the bottom or the top 10. Look at me,
I eliminated 3 bots.
I always look down at the bottom to see if there's that I logo, and I'm like, oh, it was a bot. Take it, So, but hearing him get mad, it's like, man, stop. Like you're fine. You're doing great. You're already ahead of the curve. But yeah, it's fine. We played. Was last week? It was Bennett, it was Caden, and then my nephew was playing with me, playing with us, and I mean, I gotta say with the cars, I know Fortnite talk, right? Not everybody's gonna be enjoying this, but it was fun for me, so I'm gonna share it.
They should, because it's the best game ever.
It's fun.
Next to GoldenEye 96.
The stories I could tell.
Oh, we'll have to talk about GoldenEye sometime.
But yeah, like we were playing and we're just driving around and we're doing stupid stuff. And we're
just
ramping cars off and trying to just have a blast. It's probably the most fun I've had on a video game since me and my friends played Call of Duty and Rainbow Six Las Vegas and on all this different stuff.
The cars are a blast.
They've got the grappling hooks now where you can water ski behind it, and I haven't got to play it yet. And then they got Metallica, which
that's real cool.
Love Metallica.
Have you seen the guitar?
I've seen it, but I have not watched any of it yet, or done it yet.
I used it this morning, and it just looks like it shoots you. It's like some mobility or something. It just shoots you all over the place, and then you can do like a bomb landing.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
Kind of reminds me of the wings. The Icarus wings.
Well, it's a little faster than the wings. Oh yeah. It does look cool too.
Yeah,
I'd rather have the nitro gloves, but I'm not used to it
those.
Yet.
I am so bad.
Oh no, man!
Yeah, like
I use them to get away.
Yeah, that's what I need to start doing. Just something.
They're my escape. When the car gets blown up, you uppercut out of there and
just get out.
Yeah.
See, I love too because my son's
pretty good sound effect. Yeah. Somebody. Oh, by the way, someone commented on your sound effects. Oh. Apparently in the first podcast, you made a sound effect.
Oh, did I? Perfect.
I was like, sweet. Was it a lightsaber?
Yeah.
We'll have to compare sound effects.
Maybe it was like the hum.
Yeah. I just went.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. There for the longest time, I love animated stuff. Like I really do. I've always loved animated stuff. I mean, as a kid and everything. But voice acting's always been something that's fascinated me, and it was one of those things that it's like, man, I wonder if I could have ever done that.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, but I always love seeing the different voice actors and being like, oh, like Jim Cummings, the guy has voiced almost everything. Tara Strong. If you've seen any animated shows for the last 20 years, she's probably in it.
Tara's good, very good, one of my favorites, and then one of the best, who's a guy I totally admire, Seth MacFarlane.
Oh yeah.
The guy, I could watch him do his voices all day. And when I see, he's on a lot of podcasts now. He's doing like a podcast circuit, and he'll get on there and he'll just light it up with Stewie or whoever. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
That is so funny.
I used to watch or listen to all the director comments,
Mm-hmm.
audio and stuff on the DVD box sets and stuff.
Yeah.
I'd watch the episode. I mean, I'd already seen the episodes. They were on TV, but then I would listen to that and how they did it, the behind the scenes stuff, and hear them do the different voices and everything. I'm just like,
yeah, when he's in the same read.
yeah.
So if Peter and Brian are having a conversation, he'll do it right
Yeah.
there. It's not like I did all of Peter's lines and then he did all of Brian's lines. He's
Yeah.
doing them live on the first take or whatever.
It's like
pretty
he's got
cool.
like a split personality
Yeah.
issues.
Yeah.
He's just going back and forth.
That
and-
is, I think he's left-handed, which tells me he uses different parts of his
Yeah.
brain. Just gives him that artistic ability,
Yeah.
that creative ability.
Yeah.
Because this is pretty impressive watching him do that.
He's fun. Yeah. There was, man, who else does a really good one? Nolan North does a lot of video game.
Oh, yeah.
Nathan Drake, number one.
Nathan Drake. Now, who's the guy that played Simon in The Walking Dead? Because he's on Grand Theft Auto. I can't remember his name, but he does a great job with the Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
I like his voice.
And I gotta say, one of my, the number one voice actor for me, and actor, human, whatever, Mark Hamill.
Mm-hmm.
To me,
Joker.
there's no one that does Joker. Sorry to all the Heath Ledger fans, but
Mark Hamill's Joker was the bomb.
yeah,
And that Batman animated series was one of
Great.
the best shows
Awesome.
ever. Some of the best Batman I've ever
yeah.
seen.
Kevin Conroy.
Kevin
To
Conroy.
me, that's Batman.
Yeah.
Those two are Batman and Joker.
Yeah.
Just phenomenal.
Yeah, Mark's awesome.
Yeah,
Just
Yeah,
awesome.
He's great. That's one person I would love
You wanna
to
meet?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
He's outstanding. And you can see in his interviews and just how cool he is.
yeah. I guess we're going to talk mentors. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Like Mark Hamill. Not only is he in my favorite movie, series ever,
Sure.
just a genuine good guy.
Yeah.
The things he does, for people and charity
People,
work and
yeah.
everything, and then the voice acting and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'll be a fan of his
Yep.
forever.
Same here. Another lefty, by the way. Yeah.
I got two of them.
Do you really? Are
Yeah.
your boys left-handed?
Yeah, my two youngest are
I'll be
both
darned.
left-handed, and you're right. They do think completely different,
Yeah.
and honestly, it's refreshing.
Yeah.
My youngest, Caden, will eat everything out of the middle. So if
Yeah.
he gets a burrito, it's in the middle.
That's funny.
He just
People are funny.
yeah,
man.
yeah, and it's nice. It's refreshing.
Well, the company that we work for over there in Building A, I do a lot of certifications, over the last 7 years, and you would not believe how many left-handed people work in that facility.
It's. I feel like
It's a
growing
lot.
up, we never saw anybody left-handed.
Nope.
It was if they were left-handed, it was a unicorn.
Yeah.
And now, you see so many left-handed people,
Mm-hmm.
and it kind of worries me that if my kids ever play baseball, that left-handed pitchers aren't going to be
Mm-hmm. Well,
sought after.
they'll probably be able to switch. See,
you
I
know,
can switch.
yeah.
I can do left and right. Same with golf.
See, yeah, golf, putting, I can putt left-handed.
Really?
So much
Yeah,
better.
very cool.
Now, driving, it's still,
Yeah, right-handed. Now, when I throw a Frisbee, I throw it right.
yeah,
Yeah, weird. Isn't that funny?
yeah.
Yeah. I can play bass both right and left-handed with the same amount of accuracy.
That's
I'm probably stronger with the right because that's what I play
Yeah.
99% of the time. But I can pick up a left-handed bass and just go to town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I guess because I'm left-handed. I don't know.
See, that's the thing that always impressed me about Jimi Hendrix. I mean, at that time, they never made left-handed guitars.
Very rare.
So for him to just go, I want to learn it, and
They
then
took
flip
a
it over,
Fender's,
and
yeah. Well, I think the first Stratocaster they made for them, they turned the head upside down and restrung it that way,
Yeah.
and it worked. Yeah, you don't see a whole lot of left-handers actually playing left-handed. There's more of them out there than you know, but they're not playing left-handed. Hendrix, Kurt Cobain, of course,
yeah,
and Paul McCartney, and there's several other. The fun thing about lefties is when you see drummers playing left-handed because the setup is completely wild,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I love watching drumming video.
Oh, yeah.
That's something I can't do.
I don't know how they do it.
Yeah.
I've been around it for 37 years, Josh, and you know my best friend's just a drummer extraordinaire, and he, you know, I don't know how they do it, and let alone some of them sing and play. I'm like, how in the, you know, and yeah, okay, yeah, I can sing, play, and use foot switches at the same time and chew gum.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine using, and then not only are you using your two hands constantly, but your feet, and sometimes both your feet.
Yeah.
And then they got a microphone and they're singing in time. I'm like,
and then they got the double pedal.
Who are you?
You know, you gotta. And, yeah,
how do you do that?
They're superhuman. That's what they are.
I'm telling you, that's a musician for you.
Yeah.
Musicians are creative, man.
Yeah. I can't play music, so anybody that can, I am envious, and just it makes me. It's impressive to me.
Yeah.
I'm not.
It's like anything. The more you practice, the more you put in, the more you get out.
Yeah.
Whether it's sports, you know, maybe being an engineer.
Yeah.
You know, math, right? You know, anything.
Yeah.
Music, same way. Just practice your butt off. You know, and you get good, and then you kind of click. You become this entity, not, you know. You become this thing that you turned yourself into.
Yeah. From
all the practice, the training.
Turn yourself into an instrument.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And like, remember Coach Klein? He's or not Coach Klein, but the other guy on the Water Boy. He's a finely tuned athletic machine.
Yeah.
You know, you'll turn yourself into a fine. I tell Scarlett this all the time. She's heard me quote that a million times. You'll turn yourself into a finely tuned athletic machine.
Yeah.
By practicing.
That's what I tell the boys all the time. Like,
yeah.
You know, the difference between you and them, you know, talking about the NFL players, is they are, you know, like a thoroughbred. Like they have tuned themselves into, you know, this perfect machine for that sport or any sport. And
but coach says I'm a finely tuned athletic machine.
Oh God, I love that movie.
Is that not one of the best movies ever?
It's so great. I mean, Adam Sandler catches a lot of crap, right? Like he
why?
But my opinion is
great fun movies.
I just want fun movies.
Yeah,
that's all I want.
I want fun.
Yeah, I don't get me wrong. Oppenheimer, you know, movies like that, fantastic.
Sure.
Don't get me wrong. I love those too. But I just want to escape. Again, we talk. Life's hard.
Yeah, it's hard. It's not fair.
Yeah.
And when you put on a good Adam Sandler movie. Even Jack and Diane.
Yeah.
Remember when he was, Jack and Diane.
Jack and Jill.
Jack and Jill.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Jack and Jill. Oh, my God. That was good. When Jill was like, the guy was hitting on him, and she's like, you know, makes his face.
You know, two movies that people will say, like, I mean, come on. The grown-ups. Grown-ups. Both of them. I mean, if you don't see some of yourself and your friends and family and stuff in there,
they nailed it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's silly. It's not made for these
intellectual drama.
It's just a getaway, and you kind of see yourself in some of it. I mean, I'll talk about entertainment forever. So
yeah.
We better.
Well, you know, Sandler's doing something right.
Yeah.
Because his company's worth well over $100 million.
Netflix threw a check at him. I mean, I don't even think they wrote anything on it. They just, whatever you want.
Which, by the way, speaking of Netflix, if you don't mind me shouting out Bees in the Rocker, one of my goals, one of my goals is for us to get one of our ukulele-driven rock and roll songs on one of his movies, one of his movies. Don't you think that'd be cool?
That'd be awesome. I mean, he does a great job.
I know his soundtracks are amazing.
Love it.
Always. Yeah. And you always hear a Jack Johnson or Dave Matthews.
Yeah.
You know, something really cool in his movies, and I'm like, man, 50 First Dates, heck, is his the movie poster was him playing a ukulele. You know, I'm like, we could definitely be in one of his movies.
Yeah, no, that'd be fantastic. So Adam, if you're listening, Bees and Rocker, get him in there. You'll love him.
Thanks. We're trying. You got to have an agent.
Yeah.
So that's kind of tricky. And to get an agent, you know, they're going to look at your social medias and how many followers are on, you know, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, you know, things like that. I mean, we're doing fine. We're getting there, but
it's a climb.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's a business.
Yeah,
you know.
But you guys are great. You know,
oh, thanks.
I'm looking forward to Mermaid Festival.
Oh, we're gonna have fun.
You guys are gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. I can't wait to show up and listen. And
That'll be
So,
fun.
yeah.
We got the whole band too that night.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and our sound engineer. Shout out to Anthony Galliano. He's an awesome sound engineer.
And what time you guys playing on Wednesday?
Wednesday, June 19th. We're going on at 8 p.m.
8 p.m.
in North Webster at the Mermaid Festival. Yeah, thanks for the plug.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no, I can't wait. It's gonna be fun. Weather's supposed to be nice.
Oh yeah.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
You know?
Nice. Another community event that you can bring the kids to and have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Rides, food.
Oh yeah, fair food.
I mean, there's a reason why I'm a chubby guy. You know.
I hear it. Well, tomorrow's Father's Day, right?
Yeah. So Father's Day.
I'm going out on the Dixie and getting Pizza King. So I've been real good for the last 3 weeks. So I'm going to have some Pizza King for Father's Day.
Yeah. Yeah. I think. I mean, I don't know what we're doing. We might be getting some sushi.
Oh,
tomorrow.
Cool. Really?
Yeah. So my wife's not a big fan. I apologize, sweetheart. I know you're not a big fan of seafood, so
yeah, but it's Father's Day.
Yeah. So I'll make it up to you. We'll do something fun.
There you go, Mrs. McKenzie.
Yeah.
Well,
but she's great. You know, she's always thinking of everybody else. So
oh, that's good.
She's got a big heart.
Yeah. Same with Amber. She definitely Mother of the Year over me being Father of the Year.
Yeah. I couldn't do it without her.
Yeah.
She's supportive. She's great. A mentor right there.
Yeah,
I mean,
cool.
She's always been there for all of us, and boys are lucky to have her. I'm most certainly lucky to have her.
That's what makes the world go round.
Yeah. She makes me a better dad. Let's just be honest. She helps me, supports me. She keeps my confidence up, which in turn kind of helps me be better.
Awesome.
So.
Oh, that's great. Well, we're at 34 minutes, 31 minutes. There we go. Nice.
And these go by fast.
Yeah, they go by quick.
This goes by quick.
I'll tell you what, we'll end up going to an hour before too long. I'll have to get some bigger SD cards, you know.
Yeah.
And but yeah, we can do an hour. Yeah. But let's continue this format for a while
this
and
works.
See if we can't grow and get better.
Yeah, it's just great conversations. They fly by.
Dude, it's awesome. That's no joke. And we don't have to, when you're at work, you got to keep it pretty limited because we're at work. But here we can let her fly.
Exactly.
So. Well, everybody, thank you for tuning in and liking the Mac and Rocker podcast. If you would, click like and subscribe on the YouTube channel. And we got some cool things coming in the future. And this is definitely something we're going to keep doing, don't you think?
I'm having a blast. I mean, I can't thank you enough. This is awesome.
Oh, cool.
This is so much fun.
It's been really cool. 3 weeks in a row. Yeah. That's pretty sweet. So thank you all. I hope all the fathers out there have a happy Father's Day. Or had a happy Father's Day, seeing how I'll be releasing this on Tuesday. But thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on the Mac and Rocker podcast.
Bye.
See ya.